Your understanding of Anakin grows, but the deeper truths of his path remain shrouded to you.
He told me he was manipulated, by Sidious, by fear. But even then, how could he have fallen so far?
Anakin was born of the Force, a being of light thrust into a world of shadow. His journey began in servitude, a child with the heart of a warrior, bound by chains, knowing freedom only in his dreams. He left Tatooine with hope, but also with a wound.
I never knew my mother or father growing up, but he did. And he left her behind, didn't he? My grandmother.
He did. And she let him go with love, knowing she would likely never see him again. But love untempered by wisdom can bind as much as it frees. He carried the weight of that loss into the Order, a loss the Jedi did not truly see or understand.
They told him to let go of attachment. They thought it made him weaker.
Attachment was not the enemy, Luke. Fear was. The Jedi sought to shield themselves from pain, but in doing so, they became blind to its purpose. Anakin feared loss, first his mother, then Padme. That fear grew into desperation, and desperation.
But the Jedi had rules, codes. Did they not help him, guide him?
Rules are tools, not truths. The Jedi held to their ideals, but in their rigidity, they failed to see the storm rising within Anakin. He craved understanding, compassion, yet was met with dogma. Palpatine saw what the Jedi did not. He offered Anakin what he longed for, the power to protect what he loved, the promise of control over the chaos.
And my mother?
Padme was his anchor to the light. He wanted to save her, to shield her from the pain he could not stop for his mother. But the same fear that drove him to act became the chain that bound him to the dark. Palpatine did not need to take his hand. Anakin reached out to him, believing it was the only way.
He became Vader not because he was evil, but because he was afraid.
Fear twists love into something unrecognizable. Anakin's fall was not a single moment, Luke. It was the culmination of choices, of wounds unhealed, and truths unspoken. And yet, even in the darkest abyss, he found you. And through you, the light found him again.
I've always struggled to reconcile the two, Anakin and Vader, but maybe they were never separate.
There is wisdom in that. Anakin was both, as are you, both the son of the Jedi and the heir to their failures. The question is, what will you do with this understanding?
I'll teach it. I'll teach them to see the whole, not just the parts they like or fear. I'll make sure they understand what he couldn't.
The Force is not light or dark, Luke. It is balance. Seek it, not perfection. In understanding your father, you honor him. In honoring him, you forge your own path. May the Force be with you.